Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today marks the start of my brand new mini show, Top Comics. This is the show where I'm going to go over all of the top comics that you need to be picking up for every week of new comics that comes out. I'll be showing you guys these books digitally. Normally an episode of my new comics haul series where I actually physically show you guys what I picked up at the comic shop would be coming out today, but I'm actually on a road trip right now. At the time that this is being recorded, I'm somewhere else in the US. This is a pre-recorded video, but I thought that I would keep you guys with something weekly to replace my new comics haul series, and this is what it is. It's going to be happening for 3 weeks while I'm away, but let's get right into it. I'm going to go over the top comics that I'm going to be picking up for New Comic Book Day, but I am going to also go over some of the top issues that you guys want to pick up from mainly Marvel and DC. I'll also go over some Image books, so kind of the big three. So we'll start with the ones that I'm actually picking up, and we will start it off with Marvel Comics. You guys know I'm a big Marvel fan. We got to start with them. The first issue that I plan on picking up for New Comic Book Day that I'll grab once I head back to my local comic shop after my trip is Thor number 26. This Banner of War crossover has been so good so far. The writing by Donny Cates, I think he's really making his comeback with Marvel Comics right now. He's got these two ongoing series, they're crossing over, it's both of these characters' 60th anniversaries, and it's just really worked in my opinion so far. He's been really doing some creative things with the status quos for Thor and Hulk that he's created over these last couple issues of Banner of War, and I have really high hopes for this series continuing on. Let me know what you guys thought of this issue down in the comments section below if you've already read it, or if you haven't read Banner of War yet, also let me know why, because you guys really got to be picking this book up. But next up, we do have another big release coming out from Marvel Comics for June 8th that I'm going to plan on picking up, and that's Amazing Spider-Man number 3. Issue 2 really picked it up, although Mary Jane wasn't in that issue, and the big cliffhanger that was left about Mary Jane's new life, which I won't spoil, you guys got to find out for yourself, that was left at the end of issue 1 just wasn't followed up in issue 2, but we did get a lot more info about the whole gang war, you know, the boss war happening between Tombstone and the Rose. We'll see about this series. I have high hopes still though, even though that first issue was a letdown. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 3. The only other issue that I solidly plan on picking up from Marvel Comics that's on my pull list coming out June 8th is Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor number 1. This is a brand new issue number 1 for Marvel Comics, which is always something to look out for. This is going to be a 5-issue miniseries, and it's featuring Jane Foster reclaiming Mjolnir. From the description we have so far, basically Thor, the Odin son has disappeared. Mjolnir has suddenly come back to Jane Foster, who's been the only living Valkyrie for a long time now. That's been her new superhero role. I'm really excited for this. I'm a little bit dubious because the writer isn't my favorite. It's Torun Grønbekk writing this new book. She wrote some of those Valkyrie miniseries, which honestly weren't my favorite, and I really hope this is a great miniseries. I love Jane Foster as a character, and I think this could be really good. Definitely recommend this one, but we'll see how the execution ends up being, right? Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor number 1, also coming out from Marvel Comics on June 8th. Like I said though, I'm going to be including some extra issues that you guys might want to be looking out for, the biggest ones from these publishers, even if I'm not personally getting them. So let's just continue on with Marvel before I go on to the issues that I'm planning on getting from Image and DC. So the other big releases that I can think of looking at this list here that are coming out from Marvel, probably the biggest one of the week that I'm just not planning on getting but will be a big deal for most other people is Fortnite/Marvel Zero War number 1. This is a new miniseries they're doing, Fortnite crossover with Marvel. That already happened, but I think it was mostly in-game. I don't play it, so I couldn't really tell you guys, but they're doing another video game crossover with Fortnite, this time in comics form, and it's pretty much the exact same thing as it was with the DC crossover. I think it's even the same writers, and there's going to be those codes in the back of each issue, so if you've got kids, if you are a kid, if you're into Fortnite, you want to grab this, probably for a good story, and also for some codes to get some special skins, characters, I don't know what's going on there. Moving on though, we do have some Image Comics releases also coming out this week. You guys know I'm also a pretty big Image fan. I have a number of series that I also grabbed from that independent publisher. The only issue that I actually plan on grabbing from Image Comics for June 8th though is Twig number 2. The first issue I really enjoyed it. Not too much happened, but we do have this plot about our main character Twig. He's been tasked with some sort of mission. To be completely honest, I kind of forget exactly what it was. The main thing you need to know though is that there's very likable characters. Twig has like this weird goo creature named Splat who's always giving him advice. They kind of fight each other, and it's mostly kind of a kid-centered comic. The colors are super vibrant. So Twig number 2 also coming out from Image Comics. I do want to mention one other release coming out from them this week though that is pretty important. We've got Skybound Presents After School number 1. I'm not planning on getting this one, but it is a pretty big release as far as I know. I've heard good things from some early release reviews of this that I've heard. It seems like some sort of horror series. Can't tell you guys much more than that, but if you're a big fan of independent publisher books, or if you're into that kind of speculation stuff, you know, what's going to be the next Something is Killing the Children, this might be for you. After School #1 from Image Comics is also coming out June 8th. But we gotta talk about DC, guys, because they've got a big week coming up June 8th. We've got, first of all, you guys know this is the biggest release coming out from them, Dark Crisis #1 of 7. I personally am not a DC fan at all. The only series I have from them on my pull list is the current Sandman Universe Nightmare Country one, and that's not even a main DC Universe book, right? But I might check out Dark Crisis. Let me know if you guys think it would even be a good jumping on point. Whether you've read it, definitely let me know down in the comment section below whether I should try to pick this book up or not. I really like the free comic book day version of it, where they had like a preview of the first issue, and I know that the Justice League died in a recent issue of Justice League. There's been a lot of lead up to it, so I don't know if I'm even able to jump into this as a new reader. We'll see. I'd be really curious though. It seems like an awesome event comic. We've got some other pretty big releases from DC though, which are also coming out in this same week. Notably, we've got Batman #124. That's also written by Joshua Williamson, who's doing the new Dark Crisis. This is the last issue of his like short Batman run that he did. He just hopped on for like a story arc, and then he did that whole Shadow War crossover that everyone was saying good things about. Now he's doing one issue to end it all off. That's about it for this video though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you're a bigger fan of smaller comic book publishers that I did not mention in this video, you can check out their different websites. You can check in with your local comic shop to figure out which notable issues are going to be coming out from them in these upcoming weeks. So let me know what you guys are looking forward to this week, what you've already picked up down in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, if you got some good information out of it, make sure to also hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. You can also hit the notifications bell to be notified every single time I post a new video. Don't worry, I'll be back to my new Comics Haul series soon, guys. I just wanted to put out this short series, Top Comics, to give you guys something similar to watch until I actually come back. I know it's not quite the same. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.